Welcome to the 5 on 5, everyone. Today we are joined by Dennis Richardson, a representative from our area who just returned from a mission to China, right?
That's correct.
Let's talk about what was the purpose of this trip.
The purpose of the trip, there was 10 of us that went, including 4 legislators, and we went to help develop further trade, travel, tourism, and educational opportunities that will help Southern Oregon and our economy.
Okay, now you promoted tourism, trade, and education. Why is that a big deal in Asia, for you to get that business from Asia?
Well, I think it was Willie Sutton who, the bank robber who was asked, why do you rob banks? He said, because that's where the money is. Well, I think it's important if we want our economy to benefit, we want to do it through international trade, that we go where the economies are booming and where they have the money to invest in our products. In fact, 3 years ago, we were doing about $2.5 billion worth of exports to China. Last year, it was $3 billion. This year, we may reach $6 billion. Oregon's #1 export partner or destination is China. We buy Chinese goods. They have our money. They want to buy American goods, and so they ought to buy Oregon goods.
Now, who went on the trip as part of the delegation besides yourself?
Well, we had myself and 3 other legislators, Senator Chris Edwards, a Democrat from Corvallis, Representative Brian Klim, a Democrat from Salem, a Republican from Bend, that's Gene Wisenant, the president of SOU, Mary Cullinan, the operations manager for Air Rescue Systems, which is a helicopter training company in Ashland, and also Bill Dunn, who's involved with the seed industry and this grass seed from up north, and the CEO of Pickwick.
Now back to what you were just talking about. As you said, Oregon's exports to China have jumped from 6th place to #1. What do you attribute that to?
A lot of it is because of Intel. I mean, we make chips in Oregon and then ship them over to China rather than make them over there. And so that's a big part of it. We also have Nike and our agricultural plants and so forth, but the bulk of it is computers and electronics. But what's really important is that when we sell to Oregon, when we go over there and show that we're concerned about the Chinese, I mean, when we sell Oregon products to the Chinese, they respond to that. It's all about relationships in China. And so when we make the effort to go over there and say, here is Air Rescue Systems, they train helicopter pilots and crewmen in safe use of helicopters, and we do this to Shanghai and Shenzhen and in Beijing, their aviation police departments respect that. And so as a result of this trip, actually, Air Rescue Systems came back with more than $2 million of additional contracts that they didn't have before we went.
Wow, that's incredible. We'll talk a little bit about that when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more 5 on 5 right after this. Welcome back to the 5 on 5. We are talking with Dennis Richardson, representative from the Oregon House of Representatives. Now, let's start off right now. Should we be doing business with a communist country?
Well, we have this mid-20th century viewpoint of Red China, but the reality is we shop at Walmart and all of the other stores that sell Chinese products. That's already been done. They're selling to the whole world. They've recently become the 2nd largest economy in the world. And so they're buying American goods and products. We're buying their products. We're sending our dollars there. Doesn't make sense that if they're going to buy from America, that we get some of those dollars back into our economy. It's just the reality.
And you're telling me this is your 7th trip there, and it was not a vacation. People think you're going over there. You're not just hanging out eating Chinese food, right?
No, we land in Shanghai. We're there for a day and a half. We flew to Zhengzhou to meet with Zhengzhou University. This is in Henan province. This province, which is like Oregon, has 100 million people. We flew from there to Beijing, from there to Xiamen, from Xiamen to the capital city of our sister state of Fujian, which is Fuzhou, to Shenzhen. Shenzhen is right across from Hong Kong. 30 years ago, they had 30,000 people there. Now they have 14 million. The president of China was there while we were in the country. He said that their growth has been 25% per year, compounded annually. I mean, the growth there is phenomenal. But that's where the business is, and they need Oregon products. We want to sell them those products and the services that we provide.
And you were saying before, $2 billion in additional contracts, right, because of this trip?
$2 million.
$2 million.
Yeah, we went over there, and for one thing, the Shanghai Police Department, they hire Air Rescue Systems to do training for their pilots and their crew members, but they weren't moving ahead in having additional contracts. Well, we went there representing the state government and encouraging them to do business with air rescue systems. And I got a call after we got back, and they said, thanks so much. It made the difference, and they've got contracts worth over $2 million.
Well, Representative Richardson, we thank you so much for coming in today. We thank you for your time, and we'll have more news right after this.